Hi kids, my name's Nicole and this is Let's Make Art and you're here to paint with us today and we are painting sweet cupcakes. So, we all like to eat dessert. What's your favorite dessert? I got really excited. What's your favorite dessert? We are painting cupcakes and we might eat them afterwards. I brought some props to show us as well so we can paint what we're drawing.
Those are real.
Those are real. You're right, they're not props, they're real.
Yeah.
So these supplies that we're using are our watercolors. Now I have a red, or the one I'm using is called fuchsia. You'll want a yellow and a blue because we're gonna make a rainbow color. So you only need those 3 colors. So I'll show you how to do that. Also have handy a paintbrush, your water like we always use, and paper towel. Oh, and a pencil because I'm gonna be drawing, so it's helpful to have a pencil. Then let's do our motto. So if you can raise your right hand and repeat after me. I am brave.
I am brave.
I am kind.
I am kind.
And I am creative.
And I am creative.
Let's do this. Boom. Okay. And we can introduce Keenan.
Oh.
The guy who was laughing in the beginning of this video.
Hello.
This is Keenan. He's going to be painting with you and me today. So we are going to be very creative with this project. Now, if you can see, we are painting and drawing our own cupcakes. So grab out your piece of paper and your pencil. First step is, how many cupcakes do you want? You get to decide.
To eat or to paint?
Both.
Yes.
So what I saw was when I had this big sheet of paper, my eyes saw 3. So I kind of went 1, 2, 3. So what I want you to do is I want you to draw the wrapper part. So when we're looking at our cupcake, if we can do a front-facing room, do you see how it's a line going down, a line across for the bottom, and then a line on the side? So we're gonna draw those 3 lines first. So if I have my paper, one trick is, do you see how when we look at this paper, if I were to draw an imaginary line across, the wrappers are in the bottom half. So let's do that same thing. Draw an imaginary line across with my eye and my finger, and I'm gonna draw my cupcakes in the bottom. Oh, I'll draw darker so you can see.
Thank you.
So these can be any size. Now, so they're kind of like rectangles, but we're not drawing the tops yet because I'll show you what we want to do with that. And they kind of curve in, so that's why my line's kind of curved in a little bit.
Do you know how old cupcakes are?
No.
They're
How
very
old are
old.
they? I would not think to ask that. How old are cupcakes?
Cupcakes were the earliest description
Of a cupcake?
of a cupcake was from 1796. That's
It's-
a long.
What year is it now?
I mean, that's over 200 years ago.
Whoa.
Like 225 years, right?
2000.
What,
Wait,
no,
what'd you say?
200,
Oh, 17.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yes.
Got it. Cool. Now, we're going to learn some fun facts today as well.
Booyah.
That's what we do here. So now that we have our cupcake wrappers, the outside, when you're looking at the cupcake, do you see, I'm trying to think what the best view is, maybe from the side?
Okay, yeah,
Is
looks
that good?
great. Yep.
So can you see how these, maybe it might be easier to see on the chocolate one.
Ooh, I love chocolate.
Me too. There's these ridges on the top, so we're gonna draw that. And then do you see how these folded lines go down? So let's draw both of those things. So on the tops of my cupcakes, I'm gonna draw a line going down and a line going up. So diagonal lines or zigzag lines across the tops of my cupcake wrappers. I'm gonna do the other one. Sweet. Now, to draw those lines that we saw, you're gonna draw a vertical line, which is going up and down. Let's see, I think I'm gonna draw them when the points are right there. Like that, so we're just drawing them down. If you want more, you can add more.
I always think of ways you can use a ruler to make a drawing straight.
Yeah.
So I thought of how maybe if you wanted your ridges to be perfect, you could choose from wherever you drew your side line a specific space for each dip and arch.
Yes, you can definitely do
But
that.
it would take a lot
It
longer
would
to
take
do
a
this.
long time. If you want to do that, you definitely can. I just kind of draw lines.
And
Sometimes
it looks great.
Sometimes they're even, sometimes they're not.
Yeah.
But it works. But yes, you can definitely do that. Okay, now, so we drew our ridges. And if you want, also if you say, hey, Nicole, I want more ridges, draw more.
Ooh.
Actually, I like that. Do you like that?
Yeah, I do. I like
I think
that
I'm
a
going
lot.
to draw them in the middle. So I went from the top line, and I just drew more. So this is what we do. We just be creative together. Sweet, good idea.
I feel like that was your idea.
Well, that you made me think of drawing more lines.
Teamwork.
Sweet. Okay, now let's draw the toppings or the top frosting part. Now there's so many different ways to make cupcakes. I'm sure you've eaten many different ones. You've seen many different ones. What I was thinking when we were making this project is, if you look at the front of this, on this one, all we see is the frosting. So let's draw that one first and see how we can do that. So when you're doing this, what I thought of that might help is think of drawing curves or C's. So I drew a C right there at the end, and then I'm gonna draw a backward C right here. Then if you think about it, if you look at this, it goes from wide and then it goes skinnier at the top, but it has these curves and ridges. So what if we draw another curve, but it's going closer in? So can you see how it's starting to go like this?
Oh, yes.
So let's do one more and add another curve. So it's like clouds we're drawing, but we're moving it towards the center. Like that.
Nice.
Then, let's see. For this one, what I did here, and again, when you are doing this, you can draw this. If you like this one, but you want to draw it here, go for it. If you want to make them very different, I want you to be creative. Now, if you want to add a swirl to the top like this, because when you look, let's see, this one kind of has it, how it comes to a point at the top, it kind of swirls around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this.
You know what's good with cupcakes?
Yeah?
Ice cream. Big fan.
Yes, I agree. Maybe we can paint ice cream one time.
Ooh, a scoop of ice cream.
Yeah,
Ice cream cone.
we can do that. That's a good
Sprinkles.
idea. We're going to do it. We'll make a project with that.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I have the top, but I want to add a swirl. So I connected that line and I swirled, and then let's connect this line and maybe it comes across and swirls like that.
Nice swirl.
There we go. So that's how you can do that. Now, another idea is, let's pretend that the top of this was a little bit lower. So you know how sometimes when you have cupcakes, you can see the actual cupcake part. And then you see the frosting on top. So that's what this one is. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did here and draw my C or my curve. And then on this one, I want my frosting to be on top. So when I think of frosting, it's not a perfect line. I think of it as it's kind of wavy on top. So again, this is my cupcake part. It can either be vanilla or chocolate. And so I'm going to add some wavy lines here. And then I'm going to keep going. And I want you to go across and draw up and across. So you're basically drawing a big long oval, and this is the frosting on top. Can you see that?
Yes.
Sweet. So that's that one. Then if you want to draw another one, what you can do is add, maybe this one's just like fluff. Oh, maybe it's whipped cream on top, or there's different things. But let's just draw more clouds, more C's on top. Now, here's the cool thing. You used a pencil to draw. So do you see on this one how it looks like the frosting's going over the wrapper?
Oh, yes.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna erase my wrapper, so on top, and then I'm gonna keep drawing my frosting.
Oh.
So that way, that's how we use our imagination, and we draw. So now does that look like the frosting is over it?
Uh-huh.
Sweet, right?
That's super cool.
So Now we have our cupcakes. Now ask yourself, does your cupcakes have some toppings or decorations? Or maybe this could be a cool birthday card. Now I want to draw a candle. So I'm going to draw a rectangle in the center right there, and I'm going to erase this part because my candle's in front. And then if you want to draw a flame, you're going to draw a curve and then come to a point. And then on the other side, draw a curve out and then come to a point.
Nice flame.
Thanks. Now, let's see. What else? What would you put on? Because you can see you can draw a cherry here. What else would you put on a cupcake?
I think of sprinkles.
Okay, so we could definitely add sprinkles. We'll add that with watercolor.
Okay. I also, just like a classic cupcake topping. So I don't know that I would add more things.
Oh, okay.
Or if it's for a birthday, you could stick like happy birthday sign in it.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, so this one's going to have a stick. And then maybe we'll draw a rectangle. So we'll put a name in the middle right there.
Nice.
Thomas. Good idea. Like that maybe.
Yeah.
Cool, I like that.
All right, cool.
Okay, sweet. So you are done with our drawing. You did that. Isn't that awesome?
Good work.
You just drew cupcakes. Now let's paint our cupcakes. So we have our watercolors. Now I want to paint with all different colors. So even though I have the 3 primary colors, which are red, yellow, and blue, let's make the whole rainbow. So if I were to mix these 2 colors, so red or magenta, this one's fuchsia, with yellow equals orange. Maybe add a little bit more yellow. So there's our orange. So we have red, orange, yellow. Now if I put yellow and blue together, yellow and blue make green. Now, whenever we switch colors, I want you to dip your brush in the water. Now I'm gonna mix and make purple. So purple is blue and red together. There we go. Okay, now we have the whole rainbow. We're gonna paint. First step is when you are painting. Let's draw for this one. I want to show you a trick. So when you are looking at frosting, it has a little bit of dimension to it. I know this is when you're looking at the screen, but can you see how there's parts where it's a lot whiter on some parts and some parts where it's darker?
You should use the brown one.
Is that better to see?
Yeah, because it's
maybe from here.
So bright.
Okay. Is the side better?
Yep, much better.
Okay, so can you see how because of the lines and depending on what part we're looking at, like this part in the middle, when it goes deep, is darker, right? Whereas here it's lighter.
Yes.
So if we were to paint this whole thing, it would be a solid color, but here's how you can make those different colors. Let's see. Paint this, so pick any color that you like. Now, when you're doing this, what I want you to do is I want you to, let's start here. I want you to just outline your frosting. So I'm just outlining it and I'm painting it. Let's do the bottom. Then, to make the ridges, I'm going to continue this line so it's as if all these different stripes that you see, I'm going to draw and continue this line across like that. Then here's a trick. I want you to grab your water, sweep the bottom of the floor, tap it off to the side, and I just want you to have a little bit of water on your brush. If you have too much, you can use your paper towel. And I want you to touch the blue and paint inside the white. So can you see how when I touch the blue and move on the white, it made it a light blue?
Dude, look at that.
Isn't that cool? So we're mixing the colors, but I just use water. So I'm actually just mixing color with water.
It's like magic.
Not pretty?
Yes.
So it made this really cool look. So again, that's what we were looking at. There's some darker parts and there's some lighter parts. Now, if you want to have fun and you say, okay, Nicole, I want to add some purple or blue or some pink. You can have fun, add some color.
I love adding purple to an already blue.
Yeah,
It's just such a good color.
I agree.
Did you know that there's a National Cupcake Day?
What day is it?
December 15th.
That's my mom's birthday.
What?
Whoa, I never knew that. I need to buy her a cupcake next
That's my
year.
mom's birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Dang.
I
Well,
know.
we both need to buy our mom's cupcakes and say happy birthday and happy National Cupcake
Wow.
Day.
All right.
Dang. Sweet. I never knew that. Okay, now I'm going to keep going and painting the rest of my cupcakes, and I'm going to use this same technique. So I want you to follow along as well with any color. Now, if you want for this one, what we're doing is we're painting this part, which is the cupcake part. You can either do vanilla or you can do chocolate. So what do you want me to do?
Chocolate.
Okay. So brown, we don't have brown, but we can make kind of a close brown. So whenever you mix the three primary colors, you might get a brown or a black, depending on how much you mix. So let's see what I get. I'm gonna mix blue, fuchsia, and yellow. You might get a blackish color. Now, so it's kind of blue. I'm gonna add some, let's warm it up, which means I'm gonna add some yellow and some pink. Well, it might be a raspberry flavored chocolate.
Delicious.
We're just gonna go with it. We made our own.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing, same technique actually, is I'm gonna paint on the outside.
That's a custom color. That's a custom cupcake.
Oh, yep. What flavor is it? What does it look like?
To my expertly trained eye for cupcakes, I'd have to say that's like a blackberry cupcake topping.
Ooh.
Because it's got a little bit of purple there.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
I love blackberries.
Yum. Okay, so what color frosting would you put? Here's what I'm thinking. What if it's a white? Because it's such
Okay.
a dark colored cupcake. It's white frosting and we'll add sprinkles.
Yes.
Okay, so when you have a white, or whether it's white or you're doing vanilla, I guess it's vanilla, or a light vanilla cupcake, you are going to want to use a lot of water. So maybe I'll do it, let's see, I'm gonna mix some yellow, or I'm gonna do some yellow. So it'll have this frosting is gonna have a little tint of yellow, but what I wanna show you is I have yellow on my palette, but I'm gonna use and grab a lot of water. So whenever we add water, just like we're doing here, it makes a lighter color. But I wanna start out with a lighter color. Maybe I want some pink in it.
Do you know how many? Okay, so in 2011,
Yeah?
guess how many cupcakes Hostess sold?
1 million.
More.
5 million.
More.
1 billion.
Not as many as that.
100 million.
600 million cupcakes.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
That's a lot of sweets.
That's a lot of cupcakes.
Wow. I want to eat one now.
Yeah.
After our snack break, we can have one. So, did you see how when I did that, I made a lighter color? So it just looks like a lighter version of, it's like a light yellow pinkish. So, again, if you want to make a lighter color, I want you to add water.
That looks like a marshmallow top.
Oh, yes! That sounds so good.
Yes, it does.
A toasted marshmallow. That is 100% what that is. Now, what color should we make our last one?
Let's see, we've got blue, really dark blue, blackberry color, marshmallow top. Ooh, that is tough. Maybe green?
Oh, okay.
Can we do like a cool green?
Yes. So I have my green here. I want to add a little bit of blue. So to make it cool, we'll just add a little bit of blue. Ooh, how about that? It's like a teal.
Yes, I love that green.
Okay, so I'm going to do the same technique that we learned where I'm going to outline my frosting with my paint. So I'm painting my curves. Then I'm going to dip in my water, hit it off to the side. So I just have a little bit of water on there. And I'm going to touch this line and watch my brush. You see I'm just making circular motions? Mm-hmm. I want you to follow and do that. If you need more water, go and grab more. But we're just making circular motions to make this frosting.
Cool. What if you could draw something and then pull it off the paper and eat it?
Oh, I feel like that's going to happen in the future one day.
Yes.
Yes. That would be so yummy. Boom! Okay.
Nice.
Let's add some fun color just to have fun. So when it's wet, if you add color, we're going to have those cool color explosions that we like to do. Then when it's dry, we'll add our sprinkles on top. Okay. Sweet. Now, let's paint while that's drying. Let's go to our cupcake holders. Now, these can be any color. The ones that I have are white. So I guess if my cupcakes are vanilla, that's why they kind of look a little bit yellow. So maybe we'll do that for these two. And then we'll make this one. I want to show you that you can do a rainbow one too. So I'm going to grab my yellow. And so the first step when you're painting these, I want you to paint the whole thing one color, whatever color you like. So I'm going to paint this. Now, and if you touch your frosting, it may make a different color or may blend a little bit. That's cool. We love that. We love when colors blend. Now, let's do that one, and I'll do this one. It's going to have a little orange tint to it. So, now we're learning a lot today. You are being so awesome in painting with me, and I love it. And we're just learning as we go. So we're going to do a technique to make the ridges. So just like when you saw how here there was dark spots and light spots. Let's see. When we're looking at our cupcake, is this good for the side view?
Yep.
So there are also light spots and dark spots. So when it's deeper, it's darker. So to kind of create that illusion, so whenever we paint, we look at something, we think, okay, is it darker? Is it lighter? What shape or angle is it? And then we draw it and we bring it to life. So what we're gonna do is we're going to do that same thing here, but I'm gonna grab a little bit of a darker color. So if you're doing yellow with me, maybe you grab an orange. And I want you to outline. And we're going to do a similar technique. So I need to outline. So we're giving this some dimension. Then I'm going to trace over my lines.
That's making it come to life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Boom.
Nice.
Sweet. Now, if you want those lines to blend a little bit, you can do the same technique that we did here where I want you to just have water on your brush and maybe you blend these lines and you overlap and you touch them. So can you see how the line softened a little bit?
Yeah.
So that's how you can do that. So we're just using water. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here. Maybe I'll do a little bit darker color.
Did you know that there's a world's largest cupcake?
I bet there's a world largest. I can imagine. Is it real?
It's real.
How big is it?
The largest cupcake weighs 2,594 pounds and was achieved by Georgetown Cupcake in Virginia, USA.
That is so much food.
That's
2,000?
2,000. It took 800 eggs to make it.
Whoa, that's a cool fun fact.
That is a super cool fun fact.
2,000 what?
2,594 pounds.
Maybe we can add a little blurb here so then you can share this fun fact with your friends.
Yes.
And it took 800 eggs.
Yes.
Whoa. That's awesome. Okay, now that we have that, I want to paint a rainbow and I want to show you how you can do that. So we have our rainbow of colors on our palette. What we're going to do is you're just going to paint directly on your wrapper. But as you go, swish your paintbrush in your water and I want you to get the next color, so orange. And I want you to just paint right next to it. Touch it, it's your friend. Those colors are friends. Swish, change colors, go to yellow. So they blend because they're wet and they're touching. So they kind of soak into the next color. So green, switch color.
They also did just a regular cake.
And how big was that?
This one was baked on a Wednesday. I don't know if it only took Wednesday. But it was baked on a Wednesday with hundreds of bakers and chefs in India, and it was 4 miles long.
A cake.
A cake.
What did they do with it after?
I don't think they ate it.
Wow.
I know.
All the things we're learning. It's wild. Okay, I'm gonna let that one dry because you could do the same thing if you want at the end and add just a darker color. So I'm gonna keep going. Now, our last step is for you to add your decorations and paint your decorations. So if you want to add sprinkles, if you want to paint your candle, if you want to paint this part, let's paint that together. So I think let's just pick any color. I'm going to add sprinkles. So when you're adding sprinkles, you're just going to draw little lines. Oh, maybe these ones are those long and skinny sprinkles.
Yep.
And the other ones can be the circle ones. So we're adding different colored sprinkles on here. Maybe you paint is your candle striped? I'm gonna make mine striped. Then let's paint our flames. So flames are a yellow and an orangey color. So paint that in. Maybe when it's wet, I'm gonna grab a little bit darker, maybe an orange.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Ooh, so because it was wet, it did that, which is so cool.
That was really pretty.
Sweet. Now, let's add some circle sprinkles to this one. These look very tasty.
Yes, they do. You'd be a great cupcake mixer, maker, baker, chef.
Maker, baker.
Maker, baker.
That's what we are. Now, let's see. Let's do this a blue. Make this a light blue. So I want to make this a light color, so I added some color and I'm going to use water. So I made this a light blue, and then when it's dry, you can add a name to it.
I just had an idea.
Yeah, tell me your idea.
You could, okay, this would require scissors and a little bit of tape.
Okay.
But you could cut the top of your paper off in a straight line using a ruler.
Okay.
And then you can cut it into little shorter pieces. And you could tape them, you could cut out your cupcakes individually, and you could tape the shorter pieces to the back and they could stand up on their own.
Whoa! So they're like this, you're saying, cut them out, and then you add.
Made your own cupcake.
You made a stand.
Yeah.
Yes, do that.
That would be sweet.
That's a really cool idea. I like your imagination.
Thank you.
Sweet. Okay. Last step. is, do you see, this is gonna be a game. What's the difference between this one and this one, besides the cupcakes? Can you see the difference?
Yes.
What is it?
I'm going to count to 3, then I'm going to answer.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. The floor.
Yes. Or the table. What are your cupcakes standing on?
The floor or the
you
table?
can decide.
A sheet.
So we're going to paint this part. Now, you can make this any color. I decided to make it a yellow color so that the cupcakes really shine, but I want it to be standing on something. So we're using that same technique where you have your yellow, but I want to add water to my yellow. So you can see my palette. So you see how it's kind of a watered down yellow? And what we're gonna do is you're gonna draw an imaginary line going all the way across. So pretend like right there. So I'm gonna draw a line. Oh, can't really see it. Yeah, add more yellow. Pretend it goes right there because our cupcakes are in front. When it gets to the white part, I'm gonna add the line there. Pretend, pretend, pretend. There it is. And then pretend there, and then keep going. So we just drew our table behind it. Now, I want you to paint going down. And so can you see how it gets lighter as I paint down? It's a really light color. Yeah. I don't know if you can see.
Very soft.
Really soft. It adds just a little bit of texture. So by us having it darker on top and then lighter on the bottom, we're just adding some color to it. We don't want it to be really, really intense because again, our cupcakes are the star of this painting.
And it kind of makes it look like they pop off the paper a little more.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet. I've been saying sweet a lot in this video, and it might have been on purpose, it might have not, because these are sweet cupcakes.
Sweet, sweet cupcakes.
So I'm gonna add some water, so I'm just gonna paint and blend in the bottom. Oh, my yellow touched that and it made an explosion.
Ooh.
That's cool.
That's amazing.
So fun. Okay, I think we're done. There's so many other things you can, like I said, when it's dry, maybe you add a name on here. You can add more sprinkles. You can have so much fun. You can take Keenan's idea and cut them out and make a little stand.
Yes.
That would be a cool card.
That would be a sweet card. Actually, you wouldn't have to make it a stand. If you're going to make it a card, you could leave it blank on the back and write a note.
Yeah, there you go. There's a birthday card.
Boom.
Such good ideas. This is the fun part of art. We are just making something and then you can give it to the world. So we want to see what you make. We have a Facebook group called Let's Make Art Kids Projects. Come join, have your grown-up take a picture of you, and remember that you are so brave, you are kind, and you're really creative for painting with us. And I love it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Hi there, welcome back. I have a secret surprise for you that we didn't mention earlier. We have this beautiful sparkly stickles. Oh, put it here, back to here. It's glitter gel. And what we're gonna do with it, check this out. This is how you make your cupcakes come really to life. Ooh. I have a popsicle stick. Look at this. I might have put too much on there. Oh snap, look how pretty that is. Look at this. I don't like the angle I can't get with my popsicle stick, so I'm gonna use my finger. Clean that off, make sure that's good to go. Put away the Stickles gel, because I put plenty on my paper. Watch this. Oh! Oh! Yes. Yes, the power of the Stickles. We made it so shiny. Okay, you should get some Stickles. You might have Stickles. Use Stickles for your cupcakes. So great. Bye.